All right, and welcome to another episode of the Jumping the Rail podcast here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Rebin coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, joined as always by my buddy Minderz. Minderz, we can take our time today. We don't have a guest, so
I know. It's so weird.
I know we have a lot to discuss, and we don't have to hurry through it.
It's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this will be what, the first time in like 5 weeks that we don't have a guest on Tuesday.
Well, it's the first show after Square Circle Expo month, so it's
Yep. Whew, we can breathe now. Heather gets to breathe the Saturday night. We have a month or a week afterwards before we can.
Yes, because we have it so much worse than they did.
No, I didn't mean that, but okay.
I know. Well, I think you and I can both agree we're a little miffed at somebody who is a friend of the show, Minderz.
Papa, hold on. You are.
Hang on, multiple papas.
No, Papa Pullman. Papa Pullman, look what I got. Your fish? I got it signed
dying
by
to
Curry.
show him this.
I have been. I got it signed by Curry Man and Shark Boy. And then your signature's still on the other side.
Is there any chance we can get eventually Papa Pullman against the angler in a fish market street fight?
Ugh. No.
Oh, you got comments. I don't have to worry about going back and forth.
Hey!
Oh, look at
Looky
that.
there.
Michael Madrox
joining us. Makes me a little nervous. You never know what those guys are going to join in with. It'll be a good time.
That's true. Well, they'll probably have something to say about Maven.
Oh, I'm sure. You got to have something to say about Maven.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, Minderz, we're going to piss to somebody who's a friend of the show after this weekend.
Yeah.
We knew it in happier times, but
we did.
KJ Orso, the former Fuego del Sol, laid a beating on our buddy Sam.
Yeah, KJ can kiss my ass right now.
Now, I'm not prepared to say that because I do want to have him back on the show at some point.
But I'm the pot stirrer, so I'm allowed to, right?
This is true. I'm the cheeky bastard.
Exactly.
But yeah, tasing Sam Stackhouse, beating him up with the chair with no explanation whatsoever.
Pissed me off. I was not a happy camper.
Sam was taken up for his buddy, and his buddy kicked his ass.
Hey, but you don't hit anybody harder than you do your best friend.
That's
so
Minderz law.
Minderz law.
But Article 4?
Article 4 of 17. Who the Lord?
Oh, there's so many.
There's only 4. Quit it. There's only 4.
All right. Well, Minderz.
Yes.
Since we had time to go through all this stuff, I think we're going to give you ample time to check your brain here.
Okay.
So it's time for your favorite segment of the show.
Sometimes.
Chuckle when I can see in the window both of us kind of popping our heads back and forth.
It's
a catchy tune.
It is. I like it.
Yep. All right, it is time for Name That Wrestler. Minderz, you know how this works. I show you a picture. You guess who it is. It's really not rocket science here. Color photo of a current superstar.
Okay.
Take that clue as it would. There's Hoot Supreme is in the chat there, by the way.
Woohoo!
Big
Pretty bangy.
Yes. So this is a childhood picture.
Okay.
This isn't like a wrestler in a previous gimmick or with a wispy mustache or something.
Okay. Okay.
Taz.
Right?
Taz was the first ever Name That Wrestler.
It better be Lodi. Madrox says it better be Lodi.
My first clue, Minderz, it's not Lodi.
It's not Lodi? Okay, good. It's not Lodi.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Ready. You suck.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, it's kind of.
How would you describe that haircut?
A buzz.
Really, even with the top, looks like there's some sort of a crest in the front there.
I don't know.
I never had enough hair to be able to tell what that is. AJ is incorrect.
No, it's not Pin. I got his right. Thank you. All right, first clue.
All right. Former world champion.
Former world champion.
If you get past 3, I have a surefire clue that'll get it.
Okay. Next.
Think of a good clue here.
Yeah, I don't think it's Adam Cole.
It's not Adam Cole.
Okay. It's not Adam Cole. Okay.
Well, my next clue is, I don't know if my next clue was accurate, so I'm going to hold off on that one.
Okay.
AJ, no, believe it or not, that's not our truth.
That's not. That's not.
No.
Sorry.
Has wrestled The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Has wrestled The Undertaker. HBK?
That is not HBK.
Okay. Okay.
Are you ready for your clue, your big clue?
Yeah.
You were there when he debuted on the main roster.
Orton! Oh my gosh, look at that baby. That's such a baby.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the same guy.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. Did he have work?
Well,
or did he just grow up?
I think he grew up and put some time in at the gym.
Yeah. Good call, AJ. I just saw that.
So your eyes light up when I give you the last clue. Like,
oh well, yeah, because you got the little corner, the little picture. Oh, I know who it is now.
Yes.
All right, let's move on.
All
you picked my brain, and it was a little bit mushy, but
just a little bit. But all your guesses were sound, though.
They were. I mean.
All right. Well, Minderz, should we move on to Hoots and Judy's for this week?
Let's do it.
All right. We'll start with our.
Mine are very unconventional this week.
They are.
So you get to go first.
Papa Pump said, I never realized Trust looks like Orton.
Don't even go there. Definitely not Lodi.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not Magic.
Now sorry. I can't use Lodi in the next few weeks because you're going to be expecting it.
Right?
Maybe I'll throw a curveball and do like Winnie Lane.
You jackass.
All right. So my hoot first.
Your hoot first, because yours are actually good hoots, and my hoots are.
Hey,
like I said, unconventional, and people probably won't know who they are. So they might.
Well, if they follow your weekly reports, then they would.
It's true. All
right. Well, I'm going to SmackDown for my hoot.
Okay.
And I'm going all the way to the Netherlands for my hoot, because my hoot is one Aleister Black.
I'm so glad he's back.
Did you watch the match with the Miz on Friday?
I did.
It's so good.
I did watch that. Yep, it was very good.
It's easy to forget just how good he is because he'd been sequestered in 6-man tags for the better part of 3 years.
Exactly.
Except for that match on Collision, him and Andrade, like the first Collision.
Yeah.
Really good match.
See, now I'm just waiting for when Buddy comes back.
Right. But we got Black with his entrance again.
I love that entrance. That's my favorite.
He's not all spooky looking. And can I just say, I love the fact he's still selling the eye.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
I mean, he even sold it in AEW.
But I like that look a lot. Like, I like the one contact lens, and I like that a lot.
I like that he's gone to the kickboxing shorts instead of the trunks.
Yep.
And, man, he's good.
He looks more deadly now, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't look like a cartoon villain. He looks like just a ass kicker.
All right, AJ's got his.
Speaking of, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. AJ says, my good hoot is the Miz made Black look like $1 million. Good Judy is Roxanne. Now, don't get ahead of me there, AJ. Getting ring with some big names.
Big names and holding her own.
Yeah. All right. So, Malachi. See, I'm still getting used to it. Aleister Black is my good hoot. You just go back to Tommy and be done with it, so it's easy to keep track.
Yeah, just go back to Tommy. Well, it'll be fine.
Yeah. A week removed from his spouse winning the U.S. Championship, by the way.
Yeah.
Ending the impeaching President Chelsea Green and removing her from office. She was
She
a
needs
hoot
a recount.
Friday in herself.
She needs a recount.
She was in mourning.
She was. She was. Needs to be a recount.
Yes.
Although it makes me wonder if Piper would have won that if she would have just handed it over to her.
Like Andre and DiBiase.
Uh-huh.
Or Chelsea would have insisted on it and Piper would have knocked her on her ass.
Yeah, that too. That could have happened too. I've been all right with either one of those.
Yeah. All right, Minderz, your hoot.
My hoot is actually coming from LFG this week because it was an emotional week, and we'll talk about it here a little bit more later. It's one Jasper Troy. Did you find a picture? You did. This. The Reaper.
It's a big dude.
Oh, he's so good. I'll explain more when I get into my LFG report.
Uh-huh.
But it was a very emotional, him and Anthony Luke are both on, nope, okay, bye, Papa.
Bye, Papa. Hey, one for me.
But him and Anthony Luke, which were kind of the two, they're on Booker's team. They're both on Booker's team. And Anthony Luke called out Jasper saying that he hadn't been there and that he wasn't putting the extra reps in and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, where have you been? And Jasper Troy fired back with, my daughter was just born a month early and I've been in the hospital. So they got heated over that. Yeah. I would too. I would have too.
Jasper's on Taker's team?
They're no, Booker's team.
Booker team. The Booker team.
The Booker team.
Okay.
Anthony Luke and Jasper Troy are both.
Madrox says his hoot is carrying across Judy's Shotzi.
Okay.
Oh, we'll talk about Shotzi here in a bit.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I was surprised you went LFG for your hoot, but your reasoning is sound.
Well, and like I said, you heard who my one was, but when he got his ass kicked, I couldn't exactly go with him as good hoot.
No.
But yeah, I mean, there were other options, but who knows how much longer we're going to actually see Jasper Troy. So I want to give him some flowers while we can.
Which lady wrestler is he banging?
He's not.
Oh.
Anthony Luke is banging Maxine.
Okay. I thought Jasper was the one banging Roxy, and I was like, that's a...
No, that's Drake.
Oh. Drake Thibodeau, or whatever his name is. The Cajun guy.
Drake Monroe, yeah. Or Moreau.
Gotcha.
Moreau.
All right. Well, speaking of, let's go to Judy's. And AJ kind of alluded to it. We have a common Judy here. I'm going with Roxy.
That was who I would have went with, but when you told me who you had, I went with my other.
Between the matches she's had the last 2 weeks, the promo she cut last night was really good.
Yes, it was.
And then the match with EO was just...
Chef's kiss?
It was the balls. It was good.
It was very good. Yes. I loved it.
And then the swerve at the end.
Yeah, I like the swerve at the end, actually. I really like that swerve at the end.
And she and EO are the same size, so you didn't have to try to put over a size disparity or a power advantage on anybody. It was very even.
Very even.
And then I like the finish with the rolling pins. Like when we watch a Jerry Lynn Rob Van Dam match on the Extreme F and Review, but this time they actually got a pin out of it.
How about that? You watch enough Jerry Lynn matches and Sabu you watch Van Dam matches and you get dizzy.
Yeah, you do. Oh my goodness. All right, Minderz, your Judy, I should say. You already done your hoot.
Well, I went to LFG again.
All right.
And I picked one Bailey Humphreys. She had a match with Tyra May Steele. And we'll just say, in my opinion, Bailey was the star of that match. In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about it because I got to tell you who's still in and who's... Because this was the first week of eliminations.
Yeah.
Yep. And they did both the men and the women this week. So It was 3 hours of my life that I watched, and
Unless you didn't say 3 hours that you can't get back.
right, because it was actually really entertaining. I enjoyed it. Unlike
Alright.
some of the GCW stuff I watched this weekend. Although, for me to not like death matches, Tremont's like my new favorite.
Yeah. He's like a big teddy bear with a giant barbecue fork in his hand.
Exactly.
Actually,
Anyway,
was it Tremont? Was it Tremont or Reed Bentley that I tried to get on the podcast? It might have been Tremont.
God,
But
I hope
I wasn't able to nail it on a date yet, but I'm working on it.
work on that because Tremont's awesome, and I love his entrance music.
Yeah, he does Separate Ways, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Not what you'd expect out of a big bald deathmatch guy.
No, not at all. And I love it. I love all of it.
All right. So we had a pretty stacked party of potential stooges this week.
Oh, yeah. There's tons of stooges this week. Tons.
Okay. The two that we didn't go with, Duke the Dumpster Drosy did not get Stooge of the Week.
Well, that was because, though, that kind of happened like today.
Yeah, right. And so did the other one, which was Hulk Hogan.
Freaking idiot.
Did he seriously call him Benjamin Shelton?
I hope so. Because did you see Benjamin or
Shelton took
response?
offense. Yeah.
His response is the best.
Well, Shelton's awesome. You got a picture with Shelton, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Is he way taller than you?
Who isn't way taller than me? Come on now. You act like it's a big thing to be taller than me.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Lander is almost taller than me.
That's true. Lincoln's almost taller than you.
Lincoln is almost taller than me.
Well, my stooge actually is in a different sport altogether from professional wrestling, Minderz.
Oh?
And it's an entire organization. The Washington Nationals are my stooges of the week from Major League Baseball. Okay. And I'm just going to throw this picture up and you'll see why.
Wow.
Nationals did fireworks show on same night as Pups in the Park. I hope they were ready to clean up pee all over that damn ballpark. Yeah, get a little sugar up there.
She wouldn't have cared.
She would have been nervous enough being around that many people.
Right. Yeah, well, she wouldn't have left my lap.
No.
But she actually did. She actually used to do okay with fireworks.
Yeah, it's just all the other people and other dogs.
Just people in general.
Yeah, it's just, just use your head. Nationals. Yeah. If you're going to do a fireworks display, don't do it when you got thousands of dogs in the stadium.
Stupid.
I know you got her in the corner. I'm going Big Sugar for this one.
All right, you go Big Sugar. I like Big Sugar.
The queen of the side eye.
She is the queen.
The late Sugar Whelan. Real quick shout out to Darby Allin, Minderz. They've been tracking his. He set a Guinness World Record for the executing a kickflip from the highest elevation. This is 20-some thousand feet. I can't read this very well. It's officially the highest elevation, 20,958.
There you go.
Highest elevation a kickflip has ever been performed, setting a brand new world record.
And Madrox, you're not wrong. He said someone will sue.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure will, yeah. So they were talking about Darby on Busted Open today. And how he needs, if he successfully climbs Everest and makes it back, he needs to be the one to beat Moxley for the world title.
We've been saying that before he left to go do the damn thing.
Yes, we have. They also say that he needs to plant an AEW flag on the summit of Mount Everest.
Oh, good Lord.
I mean, they're not wrong. WWE's never put a flag on Mount Everest. So that's something Tony can actually have over WWE. That, hey, one of my guys climbed Mount Everest. Although we also said that he shouldn't have let the guy do it because he's their top baby face. And I mean,
they're struggling right now.
They're struggling.
They're really struggling right now.
Yeah. But we'll discuss that when necessary.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so.
No, I'm waiting for
I'm waiting for the drive-thru.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're waiting for Courtney to tell us what happened.
I'm waiting to hear what Courtney thinks about the fraudulent press release that somebody
Oh
put
my
out
God. I love that. I don't care if it was fraudulent or not. That was great.
Oh
It'd
my
be
goodness.
great if Tony actually did it. I could see him doing it.
I can see him doing it, definitely.
I could too.
Or the Bucks.
Yeah.
As EVPs, I'm sure they have the gravitas to do that. But yeah, for those who don't know, somebody put out a fake AEW press release saying that Jim Cornette was banned from all AEW shows because he was so mean to them, basically.
And I'm sitting here going, well, shucky darn, I'm sure he's heartbroken.
Yeah.
And what was it? Charlie from Starkville put up, he's like, they've been turned down 14 times. It's like being dumped 14 times. Madrox, what a turn. I love it. I love it. Do it, Darby.
Oh my
Do it.
God. If he did that, Tony would soil himself.
That would be great. It'd be great. All right, let's
That or
move
somebody
on.
from WWE is just quietly doing it behind Darby's back, and then right as he's about to climb it, somebody runs up, leapfrogs him, beats him there.
Starks or Saints. It'll be Saints.
Oh yeah. Or Cody.
Or Cody.
Cody flying there on a jetpack with an American flag.
Homelander.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Well, he's not on TV for the last few weeks, so I'm just saying he's got the time.
Yeah, he's getting a break. He's getting a well-deserved break.
He has earned that break, definitely.
He has. He went almost 2 years every show.
Pretty much since the Rumble before Mania 40 or Mania 39.
Yeah, so he earned it.
Yeah. All right.
He's earned it.
So a little TNA news here, Minderz. They have banned excessive blood and blading, apparently, which I wonder if that's something to do with their partnership with WWE.
Me too. Although
they don't do a lot outside of like when Callahan
really
and Mance Warner are wrestling.
Yeah. I didn't think they really did a lot anyway. And if it's Callahan and Mance Warner, I mean, you kind of know what you signed up for.
For them, that's called technique.
Exactly. I mean, you still got Santana there, which you're still going to get a little bit of blood with Santana.
Yeah, but notice the key word there was excessive.
Excessive, yes. So that means we're still going to get some color.
We're not going to get boards of nails stuck in their backs. We're not going to get
Thank God.
syringes. And
no Toronto toothbrush?
No Toronto toothbrush. TNA invented the Toronto toothbrush, by the way. Janice was a TNA invention.
I know.
And it looked way better than Spike.
Right? No, the
all
Toronto
the way
toothbrush.
around.
The Toronto toothbrush.
The Toronto toothbrush. But, oh, my goodness.
Stupid.
Oh, I think we were all in the same room when Edge busted that out on TV, and we all just collectively cringed.
We did. We did. It was great. We don't normally collectively cringe, but we sure did that day.
Every now and then, I think you could hear all four of us or all five of us rolling our eyes when we saw that.
Yeah.
Barry made this face.
He did. And if Sugar would have been there, she probably would have done the side eye. Exactly.
And John Lithgow would have done this.
Mm-hmm.
But Tony did this.
Yeah. I'm so proud of myself.
Yes.
Stupid.
Hey, look who's back, Minderz.
Hey, Shadow Play! He's awake.
Yes. I forget what the time difference is.
It's like 8 hours or 6 hours, I think.
So a little after midnight over there.
Yeah,
I appreciate the fact that Shadow Play is joining us live with that time difference.
Oh, I appreciate it. I think it's awesome.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, Minderz, let's move on to some business. We got to talk about the elephant in the room first. We're going to get to Backlash.
That, or you want to talk LFG real quick?
You want to do LFG? Let's do LFG first.
I do LFG real quick.
Let's do LFG first.
Because, I mean, even though it was 2 episodes, all it was them picking. Yeah, it was 2 episodes again. They did the women's elimination, and then they did the men's elimination.
Ah.
And they were both full episodes.
Night shift.
Understand.
Yes.
All right, so first show up, it was the women. So the women on the same team had to go against each other, and they were going to narrow it down from 2-1,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, because everybody's got 4 on their team, so they went from 16 to 8. So let's see, I'll start off with Booker's team, because Booker, his 2 girls are Lee Laurel and Panina, which is P Nasty. Both these girls, they did a fine job. They're still, you can tell they're the greenest ones, in my opinion, in the group. They're very green, but they're getting there. But out of what you've heard me say, Reb, and Lee actually got a point for Booker. They're not, Sean. That's what they're competing for. Out of what you heard me say, who would you have picked? Would you go with P Nasty? He is. Shadow Play, you're right. Booker T is developing some great talent in his wrestling skill.
Yes, he is.
P Nasty or Lee Laurel?
Now, I haven't watched a lot of LFG, but
Okay.
from everything you've been telling me every week, I think I'd have to go with P Nasty.
And that is who he chose.
Okay.
So Lee Laurel is out. P Nasty is in. Let's see. Who should we go with next?
Let's go Mickey.
You want to go Mickey? Okay. So Mickey had Danny Ray, which is the cheerleader,
Mm-hmm.
and Serena Linton, which is, it was like her first or second week there. She's the one that is, her dad was actually deported on her birthday.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. So, both of these girls did actually really good. Like, I almost felt like Serena kind of outshined Danny. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, P Nasty's Samoan, so, yeah. Makes total sense.
Oh, yeah. Make her Nia's heater.
There you go. But, so we got Serena, we got Danny. I think you can probably guess who she went with. Ended up sending.
Probably went with Danny.
Yeah, she did. Which, the thing is, you have to remember, Danny, though, was hurt for a few of the weeks because she'd hurt her back. So that kind of.
So was somebody eliminated from each team, or was it one person on the whole show?
No, somebody was eliminated from each team.
Okay.
They're breaking them down to where it's going to be just 8. Like right now, they're 16. So the girls are going against each other. The guys are going against each other because they each have 2 girls and they each have 2 guys.
Right.
Okay. Follow?
Follow.
Got it. Okay.
As long as you got to talk to me slowly.
I know. You want Bubba or Taker?
Let's do Bubba.
Okay. Bubba had Tatiana Dumas, no relation, and Xena Sterling. And I know you've heard him talk about Xena.
I think he went Xena.
He went Xena.
Yeah, he puts her over constantly on Busted Open.
She's that good. She actually does the work. She goes back. She goes back and watches AAA tapes. She goes back and watches Lucha tapes.
She watches World of Sport, from what I heard. England, like in the.
She watches everything. She does her homework.
Sean, I believe they're all signed to developmental deals, but they're not.
They have
on
developmental.
TV yet.
Yeah, they're going for an NXT
contract.
An NXT contract. They're all in developmental though. So Xena went. No surprise there.
Yeah, this isn't like the ID program.
No, not at all. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is.
Well, maybe it is, but
we don't know what the ID program is exactly. But
that's true.
But
so now we're guys might be 0-1 tag champs, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. We hope. Breathe.
Okay. So last are probably the 2 girls you've heard me talk about the most.
And these are also the 2 that I've seen the most of.
I'm sure it probably is. We got Tyra May Steele, which is the gold medal winner. And then we got Bailey Humphries.
Lady Hoss.
She's so good. She's so good.
She's the one that did Mercer's spot.
She still does it. That's her finish. She does Mercer's spot. Because she was actually an acrobat. Like,
really,
she was a base. She was a base for acrobats. So she was used to throwing people in the air and all that. So I love her. I love her.
I should put her in the ring with the cheerleader.
I have. And she threw her around a lot.
Can we get her the same shirt we got for Camaro?
Maybe. Beat or beaten. Yeah.
So, just from what I've seen and how you talked about it, I would have thought that Taker would have gone with Bailey.
Well, here's the thing you have to remember. Tyra was the one that got to pick who her coach was.
He also said she had a bit of a tood.
He did. I think Taker made a mistake. Taker kept Tyra.
Mm-hmm.
However, and this is part of the reason she got good Judy, but I didn't want to say this part until we got to LFG.
Mm-hmm.
When Taker was telling her bye, like when they were shaking hands and all that, he gave her a hug. And he says, "You will change the face of women's professional wrestling."
Wow. That's high praise coming from Undertaker.
That is high praise coming from Undertaker.
Will she change the face of women's pro wrestling more than Michelle McCool did? Yes.
Actually, you're kind of a jack to say that, but yes, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah, well, guilty. I would love to see Gail Kim as a coach. I'd love to see Gail Kim just be a trainer anywhere.
Yeah, right?
Have some hand in bringing it. I think she may have something to do with... is she still involved with TNA? She got cut from TNA, but I don't know if she's done anything at the PC since then.
I don't know if she has or not. I haven't really heard.
She should, though. She's got a lot to offer.
She does.
But, yeah, the argument Bubba was making on Busted Open was that as an Olympic champion, he was worried that Tyra, she might fall in the same trap as Gable Steveson did, who got cut a year ago. But he thought that she could benefit just from more time at the PC, and then Bailey keep working through LG. But Mickey actually agreed with him.
I think Booker was okay
I'll
with
bet Madison Rain is killing as a coach. She's hella talented too.
But they weren't real happy when Bailey went home. None of them were.
Mm-hmm.
They thought he made the wrong decision. So, but like I said, with Taker giving her that piece of advice,
she might get a contract regardless.
I think she's actually
put her in downstate. They need a woman.
Well, Dark State.
That's what I meant. I always say downstate. That's Cody's band.
But
they need a keyboard player.
Well, and she has such the vibe of like a China. Like she's just built like that. Like just
I dare say a Camille.
She's built bigger than Camille. She's a brick shit house. I'm telling you.
Whereas Camille was just a brick house.
Like Jordan, we'll go Jordan Grace, only taller. Like that type of muscle.
Yeah, because she's not robust. She's actually thick.
She's thick. She is muscle thick.
Yeah, Shadowboy. Taker having more of a say in the new talent is amazing. Yeah, you wouldn't have gotten that 5-6 years ago.
No. Which I'm surprised because wasn't he one of Vince's boys?
Mm-hmm. But he was also really committed to protecting his character and that.
That's true. And now that he's in the Hall of Fame, he's kind of like,
meh.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the men.
All right.
Which team would you like for me to tell you about first?
Let's start with Booker T.
Let's not start with Booker
let's say Booker T because he was your hoop.
That's the last one. Yeah.
Okay, so then let's start with Taker this time.
Start with Taker. Okay, if we start with Taker, that means we got Elijah Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
And
the real deal.
Huh?
The real
Warrior. The Warrior.
Yes.
He's the Warrior.
Shadow play real quick. I would love to see Brett as a coach for LFG.
I don't know if he would.
I don't know if he would do it, but I mean, he definitely bring that dungeon mentality in there.
Yeah. Elijah Holyfield and Shiloh Hill.
Okay.
Which both of them were football players.
Mm-hmm.
Shiloh's been there for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Elijah's still green as shit.
Elijah's been there 16 weeks.
Right.
Basically, he had been there a week when he got into LFG. So, Shiloh was picked over Elijah,
so Elijah was eliminated.
Elijah has been eliminated.
Okay, so he'll go back to the PC.
Right. Well, and Taker's, the reasoning that he said was he thought he would do him a disservice by not letting him get some more training in.
I get it.
So it made complete and total sense.
Yeah. Don't want him to just get by on his name.
It's Dickie!
Hey, Dickie! Brett is a coach. You know, you're pretty good. Not bad. You know who's bad? Bill Goldberg. Step 1, first class, how to take a kick to the head.
Yeah. Right? Okay.
Stroke of genius.
Who next?
Mickey,
we have Troy Yearwood
Trish's
and Chris
son.
Island.
And Chris Island. Okay.
Huh?
Trish's
no,
son.
Not Trish. No. I guarantee. No.
Very different.
Very different. Very different. Nobody liked this match. Nobody. None of them did. And Bubba's kind of annoyed with Chris Island right now.
Is it wrong that the way you said that makes me want to see Cornette review the matches from LFG?
No, it's not fair to have Corny review them. It's not fair.
It's low-hanging fruit.
It's really low-hanging fruit. It would not be fair to have him.
I just want to see him have his opinion on BJ Ray.
Oh, God.
But
we all have opinions on BJ Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Troy Yearwood, he's just never had it was not a good match. They did not put a good match together. Mickey, of course, is going to stick up for her boys, but it was terrible. It was bad. It was real bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was real bad.
Was it the shits?
In fact, Taker and Bubba both said send them both home.
That's not good.
That's not good. They said get rid of both of them.
I've said that about matches from other companies. It was like, can we just fire both of them?
Right?
I would love to see Scott Steiner's son, Brock, in LFG, but I remembered he assigned to an NIL. Yep, and actually Scotty told me that at the expo.
Yep.
I was asking about him.
He was quick to talk about both of them.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I had to comment on how I admired his restraint when Dom was getting in his grill.
Right.
In that backstage video. I was like, oh, do you know who he's talking to?
So anyway, with the whole Mickey thing, with Mickey's choice of, everybody else was saying send them both home.
But she had to pick one.
But she had to pick one, so she picked Chris Island, which is kind of he's a little bit bouncy.
The flippy shit?
Yeah. He's very fast moving. Not exactly my favorite, but I mean, he's fine. But Troy just didn't have any type of charisma.
No it factor.
No it factor. No character, just boring. Like he looked great, but there was nothing there.
But milquetoast personality.
Yes. Taters and mustard.
Taters. No, wait. You can't compare him to Jay White. I like Jay White.
Oh, okay. Who do you want next? So now we have left Bubba and Taker or Booker.
So I got a feeling you want me to save Booker for last. So let's go Bubba.
Okay, so Bubba. Oh, Braden, BJ Ray.
Ugh.
And Drake Moreau,
which is Mr. Roxy.
Yep.
Which is a horrible characterization, but that's how I remember some of these guys. Is who they're banging.
That's exactly. I mean, she was there. She watched it all go down. So she gave him back his beads when he threw the beads out.
Which makes me surprised that he didn't go on Booker's team.
No.
Just because, Roxy and Booker are fighting.
He didn't get to, and I can tell you why. Oh, wait. Quick request. All right. They need us for paid show. Matt Bash needs us for paid show. Dickie has a request. Wait, do you want Dickie, do we need independents or do you want like big guys? Like big names? What are you laughing at? Because I don't see it.
I'm just reading the comment because I was telling my friend that I'm recording while he was trying to FaceTime me. Quick request. Each one of you give me one wrestler you'd like to see in the 100 men versus a gorilla debate. This for paid show reasons. Hang on. I can do that right now with a caveat.
No, just say it. Just say it.
Well, I have a picture. I'm hoping I still have a picture.
You're hoping you still... Is it the one I think it is?
You know what? I'm just going to do it this way.
Okay, do it that way. I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, oh boy. Yeah, there you go. New Jack.
Does he get the crossbow?
With the crossbow?
No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to go New Jack. I'm going Haku.
Ooh. That's
and then it could just be 1 versus 1. Do you need 99 other guys if you have Haku?
Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly Adams. There is no Grizzly Adams. It's a TV character.
Well, okay,
Grizzly Smith.
Grizzly Smith.
Grizzly Adams was the TV character that had a bear.
Well,
I mean,
so Grizzly Smith then. Shut up. I'm having a night, okay? Took me forever to figure out Randy Orton. I'm not having a good night. Plus, I've been watching way too much Eastern Championship Wrestling. It's not Extreme yet. It's Eastern. Okay, so anyway, we had BJ Ray. What?
Oh, no, go ahead.
We had BJ Ray with Drake Moreau. My opinion. See, Grizzly Adams did have a beard. Dickie's sticking up for me on this one. Oh, Shadow. I like Shadow. Yeah, see, there you go. Wait, did you see Shadow Place?
I did.
New Jack rocking the crossbow.
Daryl Dixon ain't got nothing on New Jack.
Dixon. Yeah.
But that is Grizzly Adams, by the way.
Okay.
He's too genteel to.
I was saying he looks a lot nicer than Grizzly Smith. Ooh, or Bruiser Brody. Bruiser Brody. That's my choice. I'll go Bruiser Brody.
So you're going Brody. I'm going Haku.
Okay, there you go.
Dickie, are you just reaching out to 100 different people asking who they're to pick somebody?
Nah, he probably has a list of like 50 already, and he needs some more names to help it out. Anyway,
everybody out listening and watching this, if you have one, throw them out in the chat for Dickie.
Dan the Gorilla, 100 men versus a full-grown chimpanzee.
Yeah, that's not much better.
No. Okay, so BJ Ray and Drake Moreau. I like Drake Moreau a lot. I think his character's there. He's actually done some matches on NXT Dark because they have their pre-shows or whatever, or their pre-matches. But Bubba made, and this is what he went with, and this is what he was telling Mickey. Send Nails up against the gorilla. He'll choke it out like he did with Vince.
And then he'll accuse the gorilla of sexual assault.
Right? But Bubba made a good point, and he picked BJ Ray. Freaking idiot. So Drake is out, which I'm bummed about. But his whole thing was, would you rather pay to see somebody do the Bayou Boy dance and all that, or would you rather see BJ Ray get punched in the face?
I vote for the latter.
So I think that's why he went with BJ. I'm just hoping that as soon as he gets to the next round, he gets booted the fuck out.
He may.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
I hope the next round they have to wrestle the coaches.
No, I don't think it's ever going to get to that. But.
I know, but then just so BJ can get in the ring of bully and see what happens.
Right? There we go. BJ Ray up against the problem is BJ Ray would talk to him and All right. So finally we got Booker's team.
Mm-hmm.
Which this is the one that was the heart wrencher. We had Jasper Troy and we had Anthony Luke. Anthony Luke is Maxine's man. He's been at the PC for 2 years. Jasper Troy's, I think he's only been there for about 8 months. Okay. So, both of these guys have gotten points for Book's team. These are probably the two best standouts, in my opinion, on the guy side. Nothing against Shiloh, nothing against Drake, but these two seem to have, and I could care less about Chris Island, but for me, Anthony Luke oversells, and he looks too much like The Rock. He does The Rock's moves.
He doesn't do the eyebrow.
No, he doesn't do the eyebrow. But anything else that is Rock related, he does, like the People Slam, anything, the Rock Bottom. Yeah, that's what I meant. Anything that's Rock related.
It's like the Patriot doing the Uncle Slam.
Right. So, when it came down to it, Booker said, "Look, I don't need another Rock. I need another someone." So Booker ended up picking Jasper Troy, and I freaking popped because I really like Jasper. Really like Jasper.
Well, he looks like a friggin' monster from the picture we showed during the Hoots segment.
Yeah, and he's called the Reaper. His name is the Reaper. So I got that one figured out after the debacle last week when I couldn't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Reaper. Anthony looks like Rocky Maivia before the turtleneck jumper. Yep. Sure does.
That's fair.
All right. So there's your LFG update. Next week is semifinals. Oh, and they found out that for the finals, the two guys and the two women will actually get a fight for the NXT contract at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, on NXT?
I believe so.
Interesting.
So they were all popping because they were all super excited to be at
And Madison they're doing the same where it's not who wins the match, it's just they have the match and then
who's the better. Yeah, it doesn't matter who wins the match. It depends on how you work the match.
Gotcha.
Which I think is great because if you're selling and it makes somebody else look really good, they're noticing that you're the one that's making them look good.
Which I always, and this will sound ridiculous, I always said they should have pro wrestling in the Olympics, but this is how they would judge it, in my opinion.
Right.
Like I said, it wouldn't be who wins the match. It's just there would be judges to judge based on performance.
Exactly. But all right, let's move on. Elephant in the room. Which elephant in the room?
Well, we have it's that time of year, Minderz, when WWE decides to clean house a little bit. So we have another round of releases, some of which I'm okay with, some of which kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
My count, we have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10.
I thought there was like
14.
11.
I think 14? I have 14.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the list. We'll start with the main roster.
Okay.
Braun Strowman, probably the biggest name out of all of them, but
he wasn't doing anything anyway.
No, he was there basically to bump for Fatu.
Exactly.
Brown strongman.
Brown strongman. And in all honesty,
you know what? He's not wrong.
I know.
Had Brodus Clay at the Olympics, he'll do a better dance than the Australian woman called Ray Gunn.
Oh, she was bad. Oh, she was real bad.
You could put Santino Morello in the Olympics and he'd do better than Ray Gunn.
Yeah, right?
or
Yeah.
truth. Well,
Get
somebody's breaking
truth.
this. Get truth.
Get truth. Yeah,
All right.
it didn't bother me that Braun's gone.
Yeah. He'll land on his feet. Somebody's
He'll
going to
be
snap him
fine.
up. Yeah.
Well, and it's like we've heard from the independents that lots of times the guys like to do the independents more because they get more money. They make
Yeah.
more money doing the independents.
Or Tony will sign him and make him more
Yeah.
money, and they don't have to go anywhere.
And then
They
go
just stay
home. Yeah, they just stay home.
Yeah, I just sign it. If I sign a big fat contract with Tony, I just find somebody, don't matter who, punch him in the face, send me home for 2 years. Okay, take a paycheck. Don't take any bumps.
People blaming Becky on Cora's release is madness.
Oh, see, I hadn't heard that.
I hadn't either. All right.
But, we'll get to Cora, though. I think the one that most surprised me on the main roster that got released was Dakota Kai.
It did, but it didn't.
I mean,
does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, she's in with EO. She was doing the thing, but she also gets hurt a lot.
Right.
Maybe that was the deciding factor.
I think that might be more of what the deciding factor was because she's been hurt quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But again, most of these people that got released, it won't be long, and I bet we see them on TNA or GCW or AEW.
I mean, some might go AEW, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with this TNA relationship they've got. I mean, just because they're not signed with WWE doesn't mean they can't go to TNA.
Right.
Which means they might wind up back on NXT at some point.
Exactly.
But anyway, Shayna Baszler. If she was going to get released, I thought it would have happened a few years ago.
Well, again, this is one where she wasn't doing anything.
No, she was doing the tag team with Zoe, but even they haven't been on in a while.
We haven't seen Zoe in forever. I miss Zoe.
Shut up, please. You notice every time we get an Australia PLE, we get an Aussie release. First Emma, Indy, now Dakota.
Oh.
I hadn't noticed that.
Had not noticed that. Good call, Shadow.
We got to throw Buddy in there too, though. Buddy Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Next is going to be Rhea.
Doubt it. Doubt it. Bronson would go first.
I like how they're doing Bronson, but he's one of those guys. He would go back. He'd make a living in Japan.
Yeah, he could do whatever he wanted to.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people will probably go to Japan too.
Yeah. Shayna, I'm thinking.
I see her doing the
GCW, Bloodsport, all that stuff.
Bloodsport stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
She was so good at that.
She's a natural at it.
She is. I mean, that's what she's used to. That's the fight she likes. So leave her alone. Let her go.
Then Caden Carter and Katana Chance got released.
That didn't surprise me.
Apparently it bothered Priest. Priest was a little misty on SmackDown when he came out.
He's with
Caden, yeah.
Caden.
They're bumping uglies.
Yeah. Or I assume they are. They're on each other's TikToks all the time.
Yeah, I believe they are. But so yeah, Priest was a little bothered by that, I think. But again, they were a good tag team, but they weren't doing much. They, I think, will go to TNA because they got that Knockouts tag team division.
Yeah. And they will be fine at TNA.
They will be fine.
They will be fine.
Yes.
They can even go to AEW for all that matters. Because they're bouncy. They're bouncy.
They are bouncy, but
I know they're going to get ruined by the booker, but they're bouncy.
All right, so that's the main roster list. Then we have the NXT list, starting with the latest one that we heard was Shotzi.
That one kind of surprised me, but didn't she get released the time before?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Shotzi, then Gigi Dolan also surprised me.
That one surprised me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was more surprised by some of the ones in NXT than the main roster.
Me
Cora
too.
Jade, Gigi, and Shotzi top of the list.
Yeah. Cora Jade, though, she'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Shotzi in AEW with Julia Hart would cook.
Yeah, probably. Cora, I think, is got an open invitation to TNA. After the stuff she did with Masha.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. And she might follow Masha's footsteps and do TNA plus all the independents.
Mm-hmm.
Because Masha's on a ton of independents.
I don't know that Cora was really keen on the indies.
Yeah, she might be now.
She might be now. Well, if you have to, then she might be. I mean, Indy Hartwell just signed with TNA. So,
right.
But anyway, Eddie Thorpe, he was kind of getting the push.
He got a little bit of a push, but I think he got too mouthy in backstage.
I was going to say, you think he pissed somebody off?
I think he pissed somebody off. I'm not sure who, but I think he might have pissed Oba off.
Why would you piss Oba off?
People are dumb.
see Taker put Oba over last week?
Yeah, I sure did.
Kind of gave him the Cena speech after Cena's first match against Angle.
I think MLW. Yeah, MLW will
Oh,
probably pick up a
heck
lot
yeah.
of these too.
MLW's very attractive these days to a lot of people.
Or the what's the Canadian one?
Maple Leaf Pro. They're not really.
Maple
They
Leaf.
only run a couple shows every handful of months, but I can see
still.
some of them going.
But MLW, yeah, will definitely pick up
Mm-hmm.
some of them.
Shoot, they might get Braun.
Yeah.
If they can afford him.
Again, I don't see, even with all these releases, like everybody was like, oh, this isn't this nightmare. You know what? No, it's not really, because some of them were getting lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, and just because they're gone, most of the people they haven't, like, they're able to come back at some point. They just got to go learn a hold, maybe tweak their character a little bit.
Yeah, come back.
Shadow,
what they all
I
do.
agree with this 100%. I would love to see Dakota in Stardom. Yeah, send Dakota to Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, how much she's done with like Asuka and Io and
She'll be
Kairi?
fine.
Oh yeah,
She'll be fine. She'd be fine in New Japan.
Oh, not Stardom, not New Japan.
Or Stardom. Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, or Tokyo Joshi. But anyway, okay, so we kind of saw this coming after last week's NXT. Jakarta Jackson got released after.
Thank God.
Metaphor got split up last week on NXT.
Thank God.
I
didn't like them.
Though.
Huh?
I didn't care for the girl. Something about Noam Dar bugs me.
It's not even Noam Dar, because he's back again. But
is it Lash and Jakarta that bother you?
Yeah.
Oh, Lash ain't going anywhere because she's with Trick.
It's true.
I think Trick has some pullback in that locker room.
He might. I don't know what I said he agrees with.
Just
That's
take
okay. I'll take it.
Riley Osborne, he was one of the Chase U guys. It's one of those. I'm sure he'll win on the Indies somewhere.
He didn't have.
I think he did some TNA stuff too, though.
He didn't have enough character for me.
No, he needs to develop a little bit more.
Oh, the Jackson release. That's what he agrees with me. I'm so glad she's gone. But they kept BFAB. Explain this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Electric Lopez is also gone, by the way.
Nah. Okay.
Again.
Bye.
Yeah, it's just. But I always want to make sure that we mention her. Give her seconds.
Bye.
I think the NXT one Cora, Gigi, and Shotzi surprised me. The ones that bothered me, Minderz, and I think you're going to agree with me, is Gallus boys.
Gallus.
All three Gallus boys are gone, which upset me because I like those guys so much.
I did too. But you know
what?
I
could see them in MLW.
I saw it coming, though.
Did you?
Well, they put them all the way down to Evolve.
That's true. I could see Gallus tearing up MLW.
Oh, yeah. Or TNA. Let them go against the system.
Oh.
You hate me right now, don't you?
I kind of do. Apollo Crews is dancing to I Will Survive. He survives another budget cut.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he survives all the time.
I'm saying Gallus and AEW's Trios champion.
No.
I feel like they get lost in AEW.
I think they would get lost in AEW.
I think they'll go back. I think they'll go back to the UK. I think they'll go back to Progress.
Somebody left AEW. The Righteous?
Oh, did they?
I heard they did.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
I heard the Righteous left.
Vincent and what's the fucking guy's name? The tall guy, the big guy.
Yeah, I have no idea. But you know who I'm talking about. On the tip
of my tongue. Dutch.
Well, Dutch. There you go. But yeah, I heard they left.
And Cage is hurt, I guess.
Well,
so
shocker.
This is the point where I ask Lance Archer, how much money would it take to get Davey Boy Smith into AEW and reform the Killer Elite Squad?
Yeah.
Them in the Hurt Business. Book it.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just saying.
You got Archer.
KES is one of my favorite tag teams in the world.
Well, you have Archer, the Righteous gone. I'm crying like an emo listening to Blink-182. That's what I heard. I'm not saying it's for sure. That's what I heard.
I mean, they've been relegated to Ring of Honor and nobody watches anymore. So
nobody watches Ring of Honor. So
okay, so that's the list as far as I know of all the releases so far.
I say Gallus is the only one that I was really upset about. But again, they weren't doing anything with him.
No.
They put him down to Evolve to have him work with Swipe Right.
Yeah,
the internet meme.
Yeah, I think they'll go back to Progress in the UK.
And we're proud of you for it, Shadow.
I would, but I can't pony up the $9.99 a month every month. I wish they'd get a TV deal so I could watch them more regularly. But
right?
But I could see Gallus going to Maple Leaf Pro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, we just threw out 3 different ones. I mean, a lot of people said AEW. I don't want them to go to AEW. I think they'll get lost. I could see them going to TNA.
Tony has too many people signed anyway.
He does, and so I could see them going to TNA to fight
the System.
Lost my train of thought.
System.
I'd see them going to fight the System, and I would be perfectly happy with it. If nothing else, have them pick up Gigi for the girl in the group.
But she's not Scottish.
Close enough. Sorry. Okay, Sean wants us to answer who wins tonight, Jordan or Julia?
I think Jordan.
Julia's on NXT. I say Jordan.
Julia's on her going up to the main roster. I think
I'll say Julia just to be different, but I think it's going to be Jordan.
When is the next takeover?
Battleground?
That's not for another month. Okay.
No, it's the end of this month. It's the Sunday that I'm in
Come
Florida.
On. Gallus and Global Force. Come on, Jarrett, bring it back. We want that Gold Rush.
No, Battleground.
Hey, Shadow Play, I need to point out, there's a guy that goes to the local indie shows that has a Global Force Heavyweight Championship belt that he brings with him everywhere. Same guy that had the IWGP belt. I think it's the same guy, but I know I've seen that belt out there.
Who are you thinking?
The skinny guy. The B.A. Malkin's a Tibu Fred Durst sign guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I don't know what his actual name
I think he's the one that has, but I know somebody's had that Global Force belt there.
Because they won't sell it to me. Probably was him. Just wait till you see my signs this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to that too. They announced the When Worlds Collide pay-per-view, AAA and NXT, and I am shocked that they signed Del Rio.
Oh, me too. I think we all were. We put that up in our group chat, and everybody. Yeah.
Yes, they did. It's like the FTW belt when they just put stickers over an old TV title belt in ECW. They announced Vikingo's officially under contract.
Yep. Well, I figured he would be.
Right.
There's only what, 12 that they actually signed?
I think just 12, yeah. But I'm sure they'll book the other ones as undercard. But I think the only match they announced more than one match. I think they announced El Grande against Vikingo Hair versus Mask for that show. I think that's official, but I know I'd seen that. Yeah. Yep. Julia has a tag match. Her and Roxy against Rhea and Io next week.
Yep. Backstage update. This is from PW Mania. Because they're never wrong.
Of course not.
Backstage update on the Righteous AEW departure. Further details have emerged surrounding the departure of Vincent and Dutch, collectively known as the Righteous from All Elite Wrestling. According to PW Insider Elite, the duo formally requested their release from AEW, and the company granted the request last week. Their contracts were originally set to run through late 2025, but both sides agreed to an early exit.
Well, Shadow Play says more of a CMLL than a AAA guy. I like AAA because I like Conan.
Conan.
But CMLL is good too, though. That's where Julie where Stephanie came from.
Yeah.
So a sudden thought about Gallus. If they do go to TNA, there is somebody that's been having issues getting jumped by multiple people that need some backup.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
He's Scottish. WWE signed the Righteous and give us Wyatt 6 versus Righteous. We got to get Wyatt's back first.
Yeah, Wyatts haven't been around for a while.
I think they're coming back with Alexa, from what I heard.
So why are we waiting on Alexa?
Because she's got to lead the group, I guess. Maybe they're not happy with Uncle Howdy's leadership.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm excited the demon might be coming back, though.
Maybe.
Twitter's a pain in the butt sometimes.
Yeah. You mean X, formerly known as Twitter?
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't give a shit.
Joe Henry, the man, is as entertaining as a plate of haggis with no potatoes. Wow. Now, I've never had haggis, so I'm going to
I've never
assume
had
that
haggis
that's a burn.
either, but that's a burn.
I've heard what haggis is, and it doesn't sound appetizing to me necessarily.
Right.
But that's, more power to the Scots for eating it. Sean asked, could the righteous end up in W? I'm sure they could. I don't know. I don't know that they will.
I don't know where they would fit in right now.
Yeah.
I feel like WWE has almost got way too much talent, honestly.
They're getting close. That's why they keep.
They're pretty full.
That's why they picked up AAA and Evolve. It's just to give some of these guys someplace to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's another option, Minderz.
What's that?
Real American Freestyle.
Right. Right. Please. If it lasts as long as XFL, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Reb.
What?
There's haggis for you.
Yeah, yes, I've heard that. And it's actually cooked in his stomach, from what I heard. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I think I saw Mel Gibson eating haggis on the Tonight Show when I was like in junior high.
Ugh.
It was when he was pushing Braveheart.
You know what? If I didn't know what it was, like, don't tell me what it is. I could probably do it.
That's how I am. If my wife is making something and I think it's good and I don't know what it is, I tell her, don't tell me what's in it.
Don't tell me what it is.
No. Just be happy I'm eating.
It's kind of like when I had Rocky Mountain oysters. I didn't know what it was. No, it was actually pretty good. It was pretty good.
And how did you feel when you found out what they are?
Not so hot.
Uh-huh.
It was more of it bothered me more once I knew what it was, but they didn't taste terrible. But I can't do it anymore.
There's a joke
now
there.
I know what they are.
There's a joke there, but I'm going to avoid it because I'm a gentleman.
Please do.
Uh-huh.
I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you.
All right. Minderz, let's pay some bills, and then when we come back, we got to make predictions for Backlash.
All right. Let's do that.
All right. Here we go. Minderz.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, don't tell me.
Good old Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
You get ready for the sheep demonium.
Sheep demonia?
Instead of a panda, go with a sheep. Let's see. We had another comment.
The Irish fry-up. Pint of Guinness.
Okay, I'm not sure what an Irish fry-up is, but I'm hoping there's some meat involved.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
You know what? I'm going to look it up.
Oh, here he goes. He's looking it up. Where's the music? Where is it? I gotta find it. I don't know how to do this. I don't see it. Do. Like, that'll work. What's it under? Oh, it's under that? Okay. All right, did you figure it out though?
Yes.
Okay.
If this is an Irish fry-up breakfast, I believe it's green fry.
Oh, does that have like blood sausage with it?
It's like boiled or poached eggs, black pudding, which is blood sausage.
Yep.
I think Martha Stewart and Conan made this on Conan's show years ago. Let's see. Cut tomato halves with salt and pepper and drizzle 1 tablespoon of oil. Gently fry, cut down first. Yeah, I had to find ingredients. Olive oil, butter, 1 to 2 medium-sized pork sausages, 1 to 2 slices or rashers in parentheses, thick cut, dry cured, smoked or unsmoked Canadian or regular bacon, rind removed. I guess that's important.
Shadowplay says without the black pudding, that's it.
Without the black pudding?
Yes.
That's good enough for me because, yeah, it says 2 to 3 slices of black and or white pudding.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
2 ounces button mushrooms sliced or 1 large flat mushroom stem removed. I do like my mushrooms. They make me a fun guy, Minderz.
I'm sure they do.
Salt and freshly ground black pepper. 1 ripe tomato halved and a pinch of sugar if roasting the tomato in the oven. Interesting. For the eggs, 1 to 2 eggs, half tablespoon of milk. For scrambled eggs, 1.5 tablespoons of butter. 2
I can scramble
slices
my own
white
eggs.
or
Thank
whole
you.
grain bread. I make a mean scrambled egg, Minderz.
Oh, I do too. No, actually, I make omelets.
Is soda bread an option in this? I'm just curious. Or does it have to be
Probably.
white bread, white or brown bread?
I love mushrooms like Marty Jannetty loves to party.
You really like mushrooms.
All right, since when did this become a cooking show? Let's get back to wrestling.
I think we figured out our Patreon content, Minderz. We're doing a cooking segment.
We're doing
and we're going to put it on our Patreon. On the $5 Hoots and Judy's tier.
$5 Hoots and Judy's. All right.
Sean has
Backlash.
a wrestling question. Penta versus El Grande should be mask versus mask. It's actually Grande versus Vikingo is the match.
Yeah.
But once we get into and he does confirm soda bread.
Soda bread, yes.
But we're going to get into some backlash here. The pay-per-view, not the reaction to our opinions.
Well, basically the same thing.
Right. 5 matches here announced so far.
All right.
Now we're going to make picks because this is Saturday.
Okay.
All right. We'll start from the bottom. Please let me get through the match before you make your pick, Minderz.
Fine.
Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
Are you through the match? Do I get to make my pick now?
Yes. I just need you to let me get all the participants out there before you interrupt me with Gunther.
You know what? Just to be a little shit, I'm going to go with Pat McAfee. Because I think there's going to be some fuckery.
I do think Gunther's going to win this, but I think it's going to be better than a lot of people expect. And I'll say this: I liked Pat's promo last night.
It was good. It was very good.
When he's not on commentary, he's somewhat tolerable.
When he's cutting a promo, he's tolerable. Commentary, shut the hell up. And I don't mind him on this podcast.
No, I like his show when he's talking football because he knows football.
Well, I liked all this. I liked all of his WrestleMania stuff that he did, though, where he had everybody on there. Yeah, I listened to just about all of those shows.
Oh yeah. And then his draft coverage was good too.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm picking Gunther. You're picking Pat. Like I said, I'm expecting it to be better than a lot of lay people give credit for, because most people have only seen Pat eliminate himself from the Rumble and have the match with Theory and then the one with Vince at Mania a couple years ago.
There was one that he had was fairly good, because I know I was surprised.
Adam Cole was really good.
That's it. It was Adam Cole.
That was on NXT, but that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but still, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Pat, I like a drug. I'm throwing down 20s like a GTA online transaction for the man.
I ain't throwing down 20s, but...
Sean wants to know, could a Tiffany match be added because there is a number 1 contenders match this Friday? Possibly. I mean, there's not a women's title match on here. The only women's match is the Intercontinental bench. So there could be, although
Could
I
be.
expect they probably save that for SmackDown.
Okay, wait. You said there's 5 matches?
1, 2.
And this is just Backlash, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they'll add any more.
And they wouldn't do it on the pre-show. I'm thinking that's gonna be for a SmackDown match for the
Yeah.
women's. But
Hey,
yeah,
don't forget this Friday, we need to watch SmackDown. Goldberg will show up. I feel it. My mark meter is buzzing.
he's gonna take out Natty.
He's gonna take out Natty. No, don't forget, we got to keep an eye out Friday. Where are they at Friday? Where's SmackDown at? Is it in St. Louis or is it close to St. It has to be close. Might be no. They were in Omaha. Raw was in Omaha last night. Hey, button, mister.
I'm sorry. I'm not on the. See, I'm googling the thing. Where is this gonna be? Come on, tell me.
I think it's gonna be. It might be Kansas City.
Let's see. Nobody. I'm going to. Where is? I'm going to ask a more specific question. This is riveting stuff. I know.
It is. It really is.
It's going to be at the Wright State University Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. So we got to watch.
Oh, we got to see who's working security.
Yes.
They could add Jay versus Logan. Nah, they would have made it official last night.
They would have made that official last night. Plus, they've got Cena versus Randy.
They did do the little angle with Logan after the show went off the air last night, where he knocked out Jay on the ramp.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was after the show went off the air. So unless you were watching socials,
no, I missed it.
Yeah, but yeah, they haven't said anything. And if they didn't announce it last night, it's not going to happen on the pay-per-view.
Nah.
Besides, they've already got the WWE Championship match on here.
So. Right. That's what I was saying. We got John Cena and Randy Orton, so they're not going to do. They're not going to do a Jey Uso match.
No, if they were, I think it'd be a tag match of some sort. Like
because we've got to watch Friday and Monday to check out security.
Yeah, must see some of our PWE friends on Monday.
Maybe.
Possibly.
No, that's Saturday. There's nothing Sunday.
What?
PWE has a show on Saturday.
No, I'm talking about Monday.
Could on Monday. I know one person that's supposed to be there. So, all right, let's keep this moving. Louisville. Yeah.
Raw's in Louisville. Maybe Corny.
Yeah, Raw's in. No, but Jake will. I bet you we see an Omen sighting.
Maybe he'll wrestle Rusev.
No. We'll see an Omen sighting as security.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he's wearing his belt.
Hopefully he won't get kicked by Rusev, though.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, anyway.
Aaron Atlas going to be there because Shelton's not there? He'll be more safe?
That's AEW. Aaron goes to AEW.
All right, well, let's move on.
Yes,
Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio defending against Penta. And I wonder if this is going to... I'm just going to pick first. I'm going to pick Dominic to retain here. But I wonder if this will main event the When Worlds Collide show in the rematch. And then maybe Penta wins the belt.
I know you hate it when we agree, but I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah. I think Judgment. I have a good idea. It's undisputed.
It's hard to go against it.
That's true.
But I have a feeling Judgment Day is going to cause something. I have a feeling that the one for when Worlds Collide happens, that it'll be some sort of stipulation, like whether it be
apart from ringside.
Yeah, like, or even cage or something like that. Why do you look perplexed? Do you not like my answer?
No. It's a fine answer. I just don't know that they would do the cage gimmick after. I just keep thinking about the Inner Circle. Roxanne can interfere in the match between Dom and Penta. He was talking to her on Raw. Yes.
They're not going to break up Dom and Liv right now.
Not right now.
Nah, that's money right now.
Yeah.
They're printing money with that.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally.
Mhm.
But no, I bet Roxy has a match on there, though.
No, probably. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I
Stephanie's got
figure
to have a match on
Stephanie
there.
will. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I figure Stephanie will. So maybe Stephanie and Roxy.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah. They still got some time before that Worlds Collide show. So
When is it?
it is. Let's see.
There's 2 of them that night, isn't there?
Let's see. Worlds Collide. Saturday, June 7th, 11:30 a.m. at the Kia Forum.
So y'all want to come over and watch it?
If I'm not working.
There you go. All right, Roxanne and Julia could win the belts of 11 or yeah, we know they could. I don't see it happening yet, but they could. But just because I can't see it happening doesn't mean it won't happen. We
You've
thought
been
the
wrong
same.
before.
Oh, I will admit when I'm wrong. I just don't like to admit when I like to admit I'm wrong when I know I was right. And it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. I don't believe they've announced any matches officially yet.
Okay. All right, next match.
All right, next up here, we've got United States Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Minderz Law.
Minderz Law, yeah. Which, for those that don't know, that means Jacob Fatu retains. Yeah, I don't see him dropping this belt anytime soon.
80% of. I would say it only works like 80% of the time because it didn't work. It didn't work when Dom won the Intercontinental belt.
That's true.
But we also knew it wasn't going to work when Dom won the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah, that had to happen.
Yeah, that had to happen.
So we both agree on Fatu.
Yes.
All right. Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. And I want to take a second first. I want to talk about their segment last night.
Sean, we don't know yet.
And I haven't looked at the question. Who do you think? Oh, we're too early in the phase.
We're too early for that yet.
Smart Money says Chelsea in a rematch, but I'm torn. This is hitting Shadowplay where he lives. I'm torn between Lyra and Becky. Damn you, WWE, for making me choose between my fellow Irish. Number one, the segment last night, Lyra's getting some balls, and I like it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to go off on a little. I'm jumping the rail a little bit.
No.
Have you heard what Corny calls Lyra?
Lyric valedictorian?
Yes. I think that's hilarious. All right, back to what we were talking about, but lyric valedictorian cracked me up the other day. I was like, oh, that's great. Anyway,
Becky is the perfect person to be working with Lyra.
She really is.
Sean says Lyra has to win the feud.
Lyra doesn't have to win the feud.
She doesn't have to. I mean, either way, she's going to look good coming out of this.
Exactly. It's not going to.
So here's what I'm thinking. I think Becky wins the title.
Okay.
And I think that eventually leads to her dropping that title to Bayley when she comes back. But she's going to go around with Lyra and she's going to make her look like $1 million.
Yeah, Shadowplay, Lyra cooked on the mic. She's improving.
She's definitely improving. That's the thing. We've been saying something's missing, and I think she's starting to find it a little bit. She's starting
to find it because I did like when she was going through how Becky won this and Becky won that, and then she says, "Oh, and you've won the internet." Oh wait, but you didn't. And I was like, okay, she's getting there. She's getting there.
I wonder if that's why they put her with Becky, to get her
maybe
a little confidence, because she seems more confident when she's working with Becky.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure they probably work together.
Lyra's 1-0 on Becky for being for the next. Yes, sure. See, Sean thinks Finn's recruiting Roxanne. I don't know. I must have missed that, but I think Finn's on his way to babyface.
Oh yeah, I do too.
So he ain't recruiting nobody yet.
If he's bringing the demon back.
Yeah, and I don't think Roxy needs to be in Judgment Day. They've already got Liv and Raquel. They're good on women.
They don't need another one in Judgment Day.
That's a Tony booking decision, because that's his theories. Let's get somebody new with some women. Let's put them in a group.
Yeah, let's not. You don't have to.
Yeah, Becky to get her win back. That's what I'm thinking. She'll get the win back, and then I'm just worried that she's going to get Charlotte heat if she beats Lyra because it's Becky winning another championship. But it is one that she's never held before, and like I said, she'll make Lyra look credible in this whole feud.
How long is Bayley supposed to be out for?
They haven't said.
She might not come back till SummerSlam.
Well, it's not a legit. I think it's a story. It's not like she's not taking time off for an injury or anything. She's just off TV. I'm thinking if she comes back, I'm thinking Money in the Bank. Like, that's a fairly big show. It's one of the international ones.
That's in Canada this year?
I believe so.
And then Clash of the Castles in France.
Yeah, it's Clash in Paris this year.
Yeah.
Becky's face is natural, unlike PS2 game pixel face sharp. Oh, damn.
Damn!
We don't need to ask Shadowplay who he prefers between Charlotte and Becky.
Well, I wasn't going to ask to begin with. I figured. Kind of already knew.
Hey, Shadowplay, what did you think of Sheamus coming back last night? Whooping on Austin Theory.
Goddamn time.
We're going to get Theory.
So you're going with Becky, right?
I'm going Becky.
I think I'm going to go Lyra. And I think they're going to push it back. I think Becky's going to win it back on a Raw. I don't think she's going to win it back at this one.
I could see it. I agree with this. Sheamus give him the IC title. He deserves that grand. Eventually, I want to see him get that belt.
Yes, he does.
Sean, who should win Money in the Bank for the women and men? And Money in the Bank is in LA. Oh, because it's in the US. Men, I think Seth Rollins.
Again? AJ. Of course, AJ. Please be Becky.
But Lyra wasn't as boring yesterday, though.
She wasn't as boring yesterday. I will give her that.
The perfect choice would be to win the Money in the Bank. John Cena.
Right.
So he can just hold that briefcase and guarantee nobody's going to cash in on him until he retires.
Exactly.
But I think it's going to be Seth with the Paul Heyman story. Just give him another backhanded way to win the title.
Shadowplay, I was with you until you came up with that one.
He's already won one.
He doesn't need another one. Anyway.
Ellsworth.
Ellsworth.
Women. I say Naomi. I think Naomi and Tiffany could have a good run, but Naomi just lost at Mania, so they need to find a way to get her in there.
Am I out of line saying I wouldn't mind seeing Chelsea?
Well, Chelsea would be insufferable if she had her briefcase.
Exactly.
Tina Morella, stop it.
No. See? Okay, AJ said the same thing I did. See?
Madam President Chelsea got impeached. Did she get a full 2/3 vote to get ousted? She deserved a full 4-year term. All right. Moving on here. Main event. Undisputed WWE Championship match. John Cena versus Randy Orton.
I know who I want.
I think it's going to be Cena, but I hope this isn't the last time they go. I hope that this maybe builds for a couple months.
I know who I want.
I know who you want. The one you want is the one who you had to guess who it was in the early.
It is. I want to go Orton, but I don't think it's going to be Orton.
Not this early.
No. Although, hey, Cena's hair transplant looks damn good right now.
It does.
It looks very good.
Hang on. There you go.
Yeah. See, why can't we have Orton win right now and then Cena win Money in the Bank?
See, here's what I was thinking. Like, my original idea was have to get to 17 would be Cena with Money in the Bank. Orton would trade it with like Cody to get to 16, and then Cena would cash it on Orton to pass him for 17.
Why can't we have that?
It's too complicated, and there's not enough time.
That's true.
AJ, you've mentioned this. I don't know if they did a callback to their match on the way out when Norton kept getting DQ'd, counted out, and the match kept having to be restarted, but with the roles reversed. That match was class. Is this the one that's not the one we're supposed to do the watch along of, is it, AJ?
We have a watch along?
He was saying something. We have to do AJ's watch along still. And he had
Oh.
originally been saying a No Way Out, but I forget which one. Shadow played Rock to win Money in the Bank, and Cena hands him the belt like Andre did to DiBiase.
That's insufferable. It's insufferable.
If Naomi wins Money in the Bank, then Jade should beat her for the title down the line. Possibly.
I still don't think Jade's gonna have a belt for a couple of years, unless it's the U.S. Championship
Or the Speed Championship.
Yeah, give her the Speed Championship.
Hey,
Nobody cares
El
about
Grande
it.
Americano won the Speed Championship.
Oh, good Lord! Of course he did. Of course he did. Did you catch last night when Adam Pearce called him?
Oh, he tried to catch him.
He did. He did a good job too. I thought it was good.
That Adam Pearce is a shrewd dude.
He really is.
And I didn't mean to rhyme just there. All right, so that's Backlash, and we'll wait and see what happens there. We will have to watch this later, Minderz, because we're going to be in Decatur on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Unless maybe I'll put it on my phone.
We will be watching our own mess of a show, and
we got War Games.
Get Jade to beat up Travis. Yes, please. Yes.
There you go. Yes.
I want this.
Yes, please. She will break that little bastard in half.
And you would be there for it. Oh, you.
And Jade likes Cody, so she wouldn't be above slapping him around a little bit. Who gives El Grande his first loss? Penta. I'd say it goes to Penta.
Probably. Penta, or who started all this?
It was Penta.
Ray.
Well, Penta beat Angle. Penta beat Gable, and then Gable went to Mexico to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre.
Ah.
And then when he came back with the mask is when Ray got involved.
Gotcha. No, it's a different No Way Out for his watch along. It would be so fun. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah. That was a terrible impression of Randy Savage, but all right.
It was not flawless.
Hey, I tried.
All right. Minderz, let's talk some Raw from last night. We talked a little bit about some of the things. We talked about Paul nearly blowing a gasket in his opening promo.
That
did it not make perfect sense, though, everything he said?
Oh, it did. It did.
Everything he said made perfect sense.
Yep.
How do you grade his tan? Our AJ, he made a very astute comparison today in the group chat.
He did. Did you not hear me? I just said he looked like a glazed ham.
Ah. Ooh. You know, I get that reference as a guitar player, so I know what he's saying. Everything. All right. So anyway, Paul played Jay like a fucking fiddle, didn't he?
He sure did. And it's so funny. I love the backstage between Braun and Paul when Paul had to explain it to him. That was great. I loved that.
What did you think of Braun's tan? Was he bronze?
And he's very bronze, but
I like that jacket,
he's already kind of dark complected anyway.
Yeah, he's got a natural.
He's got a natural darker pigment to him anyway.
Yeah, I like that jacket though.
Dude, we questioned it.
We had to get a good look because we thought it was Ricky's jacket, but it was not.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Oswald Cobblepot reference. He is very much like the Penguin, with a little bit of Hitchcock.
Mm-hmm.
The way he pulls the strings and conducts the orchestra there. So we're getting closer and closer to Waller turning on Theory.
Please. I don't like Waller. I'm sorry. I don't like Waller.
You're not supposed to. He's a heel.
Well, I didn't like Waller when he was babyface.
He was never a babyface.
NXT was for a little bit.
No, he was a heel.
Okay.
He was a heel. He
But
wrestled
I
Braun in a
normally
cage.
like heels. So why do I not like him?
That means he's a super heel.
That means he's a dick and he don't know what the hell he's doing.
I think he does know what he's doing, but he is a dick.
No,
Though.
okay. He's a dick.
He is a dick.
I like Austin Theory though.
I like Austin Theory too. I'm curious him as a babyface. I don't think I've ever seen him as a babyface.
I don't think I have either, honestly.
In Evolve, he was a heel.
Read it.
Punk should hire the ECW guys to attack Heyman for the bounce checks.
Oh, Dan. Sorry.
Let's remember JBL.
Yeah.
All right. But no, we got Sheamus back last night. After
I missed this part. I told you I missed the first hour and I went back and watched part of it, and
it made Waller so sleazy he just backed out of his match after he found out who he was wrestling and made Theory do it.
of course he did.
Can we talk about Otis and Rusev?
And Rusev.
I
did see this.
I had a pet peeve realized on the show last night, Minderz, and I told you
You
all
did.
about it.
You did.
But first, let's get into the match. I enjoyed the match.
This is my problem.
When Otis is serious, I enjoy Otis.
Yeah. Sheamus, my guy, love him, our Celtic Warrior. Makes sense. I like Alpha Academy when they're serious. Both of them.
Especially Tozawa.
Yes. When they're serious.
Tozawa can go.
But they're too stuck in the shtick that it's obnoxious and annoying.
Is it bad that I'm really looking forward to Tozawa and Rusev?
No. It's not bad that you're looking forward to it. Because you know what? Tozawa went with Gunther there for a good while, and that was one of our favorite matches.
Yeah. Tozawa low-key is one of my favorite guys to watch in the ring when he's not being goofy.
Right. He's very good.
He's very good. Very good.
And he's done a lot of work to get where he's at. So
See, I agree with Shadowplay here. A lot of people said they didn't like when Otis turned heel with Gable. Like they thought he was getting castrated because they cut his hair, shaved his beard. I thought it was brilliant because he looked like Francis from the Pee-wee movie. And he was wrestling like Vader. And they were trying to, and I get what they were trying to, they're trying to see if he could work as a monster heel. It didn't quite work.
No.
So they put him back to how he was, but
he's still kind of lovable.
But he couldn't be a heel looking like he looks now.
No.
So yeah, I agree. I like Otis's heel run. I like my monster heels. What can I say? But
you do like your monster heels.
Yeah. But here's my issue. So the match is over. Otis taps out, no shame, to the camel clutch. The accolade, they call it now.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing it back. It's not game over anymore, which was kind of a dumb name for a finish. Unless it's Triple H's finish.
Right.
Afterwards, Tozawa's picking the fight. Rusev shrugs him off, leaves. Comes back around, beats up both of them. Maxine's weepy at ringside, being consoled by Natty, who just shows up for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Aren't they like partners on? Haven't they been like tagging together or something?
Maybe. But here's my issue. They pry Otis off the mat after he gets kicked in the face multiple times, and they carry him out. They start playing the music.
Yep.
Okay, I need a little clarification who Johnny Somali is. But he always gets slapped around unless it's in a match. Then he gets some shit in. But I told you, I don't like it when people get the crap kicked out of them, and then as they're getting help to the back, they start playing their music.
Right.
Music is for winners, Minderz.
What it is for winners. Unless it's their last match.
Okay, that I'll give you.
If
Angle lost to Corbin, they played his music.
Right.
But no, if you get beat down in the middle of the ring, in the middle of a show,
yeah,
and you get help to the back, don't play the fucking music. Lay out.
Yeah.
Just let it
go to a break or something.
Or in my case, with my Netflix, it'll just go to the show and just keep
Yeah.
seeing what's going on with a clock in the top corner. But it's all good. But yeah, I'm just saying, music is for winners.
Yeah, should be. He's a kick.
Kick streamer who was so annoying and got beat up in Japan and Korea for disrespect. Oh yeah, that'll happen.
That'll do it.
Yeah. And then
That'll
Logan
do
Paul got off scot-free.
it.
But no, that's right up there with making a. It's like when Jeff Hardy made a run in to save Matt, and he had to stop and dance in the aisleway.
Right. If you're gonna do it, damn it.
Mm. It's like wrestling a street fight wearing your tights. You should wear your street clothes.
Sorry, just thinking about this weekend.
Uh-huh. Hey, just hope Jimmy isn't wearing white.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Logan Paul's still banned in Japan.
Cool.
Yeah. They are a wise people, the Japanese.
Very wise.
Do we have listeners in Japan? I'm checking.
We used to.
Podbean verifying if I'm human, and I am human.
Are you sure?
They verified it, so it must be.
Okay.
All right, let's look here. We got Hong Kong. In Japan. Yeah. It takes me by surprise when you play the music, Minderz. The alarm on my phone for the morning. You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should never give you access to all this stuff. All right. Let's talk main event, because we got a hell of a world title match in the main event on Raw.
That was
Uso
really.
and Seth.
You know, a lot of people complain about Jay, but I enjoyed the match up until the end.
Would you put him with somebody like a Gunther or a Rollins, somebody that can call the match and can carry the match? He does fine.
He does fine. There were some kickouts that I questioned, but
well, you got to take with what you get sometimes.
Yep, which I did.
The run-ins were timely and well done.
Yes.
The interference was well done with Braun. There were a few parts in that match where I actually thought they might put the belt on Seth.
I didn't think they would. I didn't think they'd do
I
it
didn't
that
think
way.
so at the start of the match, but I got caught up in the energy
In the
of the
shenanigans.
match. In the shenanigans.
I will say I did enjoy when Punk came out, because I thought that was very good. And Paul's face was classic. Oh shit.
He's Punk's one of the few that when they play his music for a run-in, I'm okay with it. But usually I don't like music on run-ins.
Because you shouldn't, because then you're telling the people that you're coming.
Yeah.
Although I did like how they did Sami Zayn's music. They played it. Damn it. He's right. Damn it. Yeah. Okay.
Ginger
Main
Castro
event
with a Mustang top.
Yeah. I did like the fact how they did Sammy's, though, because he needed to get Braun over to that side.
Yes, and he didn't come down the ramp.
Right.
The music was done as a distraction.
Correct. And I like that.
Yes.
I can handle that.
And still selling the ribs.
Yeah. I saw them taped up. But, man, their camera angles kind of sucked because you missed that one where Jay took the spear. I was like, well, that was dumb.
Yeah, you just saw a jump cut to just Jay on the floor and Braun standing over.
At least they did a replay where you got to see it, but it was still.
And
CM Punk swinging that chair like he was thinking about Jack Perry. Yeah.
Something that you remember when I sent a message to you after the match was over, Minderz? Remember what I asked you?
You and I have sent a lot of messages.
I sent you a message asking, did you hear a bell?
Yeah.
There was no bell. And
Was there no bell?
There was no bell.
You went back and watched?
But Bubba mentioned that on Busted Open. He said he noticed that also. But then he made it make sense.
Okay.
Because the crowd was up for Punk and Sammy and Jay and all this stuff. And they would have brought him right back down if they would have made an announcement that Jay lost the match. Because Jay would have got disqualified. Jay got disqualified pretty much.
Yeah, but it's champion's advantage.
Yeah, he kept the belt, but he lost the match. They would have said, here's your winner, Seth Rollins. That would have brought the fans down.
No, tough shit.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
As Rocky said, I didn't hear no bell. One more round.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Sorry. That's so Bubba, that WrestleMania lash. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, we forgot a match to talk about, Minderz. Penta and McDonough.
Oh, that's happening?
Oh, it happened. It was last night.
Oh, yeah.
And Penta actually got a pin with a destroyer?
I know. But JD
nobody ever gets pinned with a destroyer anymore.
Hey, there's first time for everything anymore.
Yeah. But can I just take a second? How fucking good is JD McDonough?
He's so good. I will say I was real impressed with him last night. So when I assume he's going to leave Judgment Day, or he's going to be the toy that they are fighting with.
If Finn goes, I think JD goes with him.
Yeah. But
because he was bothered last night with the interference and.
Yep. JD McDonough, our Irish Lord Farquaad. Okay, so we call him he's our Funko head. Our Funko
JD McFunko.
Head. Yep. JD McFunko.
All right. So I think that's everything from Raw.
Everything of importance.
Everything of importance. So we have one last order of business this week, Minderz, which I
really? Through everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
I kind of did this under duress, but not complaining about it, though. No, we definitely see the resemblance between JD and Lord Farquaad.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not tripping.
No. All right, so let's throw to this. Hey, after this next month, we're gonna have a brand new video because I finally filled up the next screen of names.
Woohoo!
All right, so it is time for the JTR Hall of Fame.
Are you laughing at me?
A little bit. You were singing Stephen P. New the whole time?
I sure was. Thanks, Shadowplay. Same to you.
Yeah. Thank you for staying up late with us.
We're just about done. We got one more thing.
One last order of business. That is the JTR Hall of Fame. It's right there. It's the most prestigious Hall of Fame done by a podcast in Central Illinois in pro wrestling.
Yep.
But hey, we got some recipients got their certificates last week, though.
We did.
Yep. But,
and they all were happy about it.
They were very gracious.
Wasn't like they threw them back in our faces, which I was afraid might happen.
Or ripped them up like Warhorse with his shooting.
Yeah, no kidding. What a punk.
But nobody ever accepted their shooting with more joy than Chan Smith, though. Big man Chan carried that to the ring with him. He waved it around like it was a trophy.
Who? Oh, yeah, but you messed up. I'm calling you out.
What did I do?
When we went to give One Man Gang his.
Oh, I pulled the wrong one out.
He pulled out Tito Santana.
I should have put Post-its on the outside of each one so I knew for sure which one was which. I'll know better for next time. I don't think Gang noticed, though.
Well, I noticed immediately, so I was like, that's wrong. Put it back.
But Tito got his, though.
Tito did get his. I think the only person we didn't get them theirs, and that's because we didn't want to wait in line, was JR.
Brett.
Oh, and Brett.
Yeah.
Do you still have Brett's?
I have it somewhere in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh,
That would be awesome.
that'd be awesome.
Do it. Do it.
Hey, I'm just saying, if you hop on the Pro Wrestling Tees and get a Jumping the Rail T-shirt and you make it on camera, we'll send you a free one.
Yes.
All right.
We'll send you I'm a Minderz guy shirt.
Yes. I don't have an I'm a Rep guy shirt yet, but
that's all right.
That's not really my thing. That's your thing.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, you kind of yelled at me about this, Minderz.
I did.
Because we have a few that, as we go, it's going to be a how are they not in yet?
Right.
And you kind of gave me the business because the Four Horsemen weren't in the Hall of Fame. Now, Ric Flair is.
Yeah, the one that wasn't at the expo.
He was not. Yeah. Technically, Lex Luger is.
Yes.
Former Horseman. Also got his certificate. Very gracious.
Uh-huh.
But so this month, our Hall of Famers are not. I can't do the full group of the Horsemen because they won't fit in the graphic. But but we can do the Brainbusters.
There you go.
Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson. One of my top 3 tag teams ever.
Yes.
Funny enough, yeah, the top 3. I'm trying to place in the top 5. It's tricky for me because you got Tully and Arn, you got the Midnight Express, that's Strike Force, naturally. Mm-hmm. You got the Steiner brothers, mm-hmm. And then it starts getting fuzzy because you got Bulldogs, you got Hart Foundation. I love the Islanders more than most people have any business.
Yep.
I'll do that for our Irish War Fark Pot. I need new merch. I'm dressing like Sami Zayn street clothes.
Oh, that's great.
Nowadays, I'll bet you can outrun Arn with the scissors.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's oh, God, Dwayne.
What?
Remember when he asked about if we saw the match between Sid and Arn when they had the scissors?
Yes. Yes.
I like Dwayne. But sometimes he makes me scratch my head. So anyway, I actually do have, as you can tell, I have a different, I set up a whole other screen for the segments. So I have room for pictures and things. So we got pictures set up for this. So good. Of course, we all know Tony and Arn, original Horseman. There's JJ and Ole with Flair. They didn't team up right away though. They were, because it was Arn and Ole were the tag team.
Right.
So it wasn't until Ole was out, Luger was in, that they changed it up. And here's a picture. This is not them with the tag belts, Minderz. This is when Arn was the TV champ and Tully was the national heavyweight champion.
Oh, there you
They're
go.
Just happy posing with 2 belts with the similar design.
Sid Vicious reminded me of the villain from Jean-Claude Van Damme's movie Death Warrant. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm more embarrassed by, the fact that I've seen the movie or the fact that I know Sid Vicious. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm more embarrassed by.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Look at that.
They look like babies.
Even when they weren't a tag team, they had the exact same tights with the initials and all that good business there.
Although Arn still looks 40.
Arn looked 40 when he was 20.
I know.
Here's a little better picture after they had won the tag titles from the Rock and Roll Express with a Midnight Express assist in 1987. Mm-hmm. And I forgot that they only pretty much held those titles. They held them twice in the span of less than a year. And I was a kid, you would have thought that they would have had them forever.
Yeah.
I'm talking about these belts. I mean, they were also WWF tag teams, but
right.
I mean, I love the match they had with the Road Warriors at Starrcade. They depress me because you know how I feel about Arn.
Right.
When I was 7 years old, though, I did not like Arn. I was a Luger fan.
Ah.
So I was watching when Barry Windham turned on Luger and joined the Horsemen and cost them the tag titles and lost them to Tully and Arn again. And I was not happy.
Oh, I bet you weren't.
No.
Arn definitely has the best spine buster in the business.
100% agree. Best spine buster. Even when he was retired, he did it to Taker at WrestleMania. It looked great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's another shot with the belts with JJ cutting a promo. It looks like somebody must have gigged Arn on the forehead in this picture.
It could have just been a piece of dirt on the camera.
Maybe. I don't think Jackie Crocker would allow that to happen, though. I love these belts, by the way. These are my favorite tag team title belts. And I brought that belt with me to the expo, but I didn't have the money to get Tony Arn to sign it. So hopefully next year, if they're back, I will make that happen.
Hopefully.
He did do it to Dolph. He did it to Dolph at that Starrcade house show they did like 10 years ago. And Dolph definitely took it like a pro.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another good shot then with the belts. As great as they were with Heenan, they were just so natural with JJ as their manager.
This is the thing, like, I don't remember them with, I mean, I do remember them with Heenan, but when I think of these guys, I always think of them with JJ.
Yeah. Yeah, first thing I think of, I think Horseman when I think of Tully and Arn. I think how they're all just like suburban business people. Then you got Barry Windham in a leather vest and no shirt in the background.
I was saying, 3 of them look like they're ready to go golfing.
Yeah. Well, 2 like they're going to go golfing. Flair's on his way to an audit.
Yep.
And then Barry's
got a biker meet.
Going to the Dude Ranch later.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is he going to the Double Cross Ranch? Is he going to the Double Cross Ranch?
He may.
Can you tell I've been watching Eastern Championship Wrestling?
Look at the chest hair. They've been on the Irish whiskey. They probably had. And the Scotch whiskey and the Canadian whiskey and
every other kind of whiskey you can find.
All right, so they leave the WWE. They leave the NWA. Drop the title belts to the Midnight Express because they didn't like their pay. They weren't getting. JJ was getting paid more than they were.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez, yeah. With Fifi. Yep. So they go to the WWF. Here they are as the Brainbusters. And I'll admit, I popped as an 8-year-old. I popped when they showed up on WWF television.
Oh, I bet. I bet you had followed them for so long because in my opinion, you're WCW NWA guy, where I was strictly WWF. Then
my first 10 years, well, not even 10 years, probably 5 years, I was a WWF guy, but we got the NWA on Fox like for an hour on Sundays before Wrestling Challenge or Superstars came on. So that's where, and I also would get the PWIs, so I knew all the NWA guys. But then it was in the early 90s is when I became more of a WCW guy.
Yeah.
Shadow, you popped when Arn showed up in the ECW. My favorite Arn moment is when he showed up in Smoky Mountain.
There you go.
When he was under the sheet, Corny pulled the sheet off, and it was Arn. And he beat up on the Midnight Express, or the Heavenly Bodies. Well, technically Midnight Express, it was Bobby and Stan, but Dr. Tom was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, their run with WWF, they were with the Brain. That's why they were the Brainbusters.
I mean,
it was a natural fit.
It was a natural fit.
Who else would it have been? I couldn't see them with Jimmy Hart or Mr. Fuji or Slick.
Maybe Fuji, maybe.
No, Fuji was about the monsters back then. He was about Powers of Pain, Demolition. Maybe Jimmy Hart.
No. Jimmy had way too much. He had too much energy.
That's true. Oh, that's a good call. He wanted Douglas versus Flair and thought Arn was setting it up being there. I think Arn was just filling out a settlement from ECW. All right. So they had one WrestleMania, Minderz.
One? Oh, yeah. That one.
When Rick Martel showed his true colors and left my man Tito Santana high and dry.
Broke little Reb's heart.
He did. I mean, it was an accident. He didn't mean to hit him with a flying forearm.
Right. Okay.
Hey, don't you impugn the dignity of Tito Santana. I won't have it.
No. Okay.
All right, so they last till Survivor Series. Well, Arn last till Survivor Series till he got fired like the day before because he failed a drug test. Neither here nor there, you know.
Yeah.
they kind of screwed up Arn's deal going back to WCW. Screwed up Tully's deal too. They were supposed to go back together and reform the Horsemen, but it wound up
That
just being
didn't happen.
Arn. So Arn went back, joined up with Ole again. But yeah, here they are with, I forget, I can't see for sure what award this is. Some Tag Team of the Year award. If we had a budget, this is what our Hall of Fame certificate would look like, Minderz.
Yeah, if we had a budget.
Yes.
Tito Santana was on JCW not long ago.
Okay.
Please tell me that's not Gigolo Championship Wrestling.
That's either Juggalo Championship Wrestling or Jersey Championship Wrestling. I think he lives in Jersey, so I'm hoping it's Jersey.
Hopefully it's Jersey.
So the tag team ended pretty much in 1990, and Tully retired, went off and did, I think he went into the ministry, but he'd still wrestle indies here and there. He wrestled, who did he wrestle at the Slamboree?
It was Juggalo shit.
Hey, you can't fault a guy for getting a payday.
I guess.
But anyway.
Oh, God.
But no, so, yeah, Tully would come back for a couple matches here and there, like on the indies. I think he and Wyndham won the NWA tag titles at one point in one of Coraluzzo's promotions. But then eventually they would cross paths again, Minderz. Well, number one, they were inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2012 as the Horsemen.
Right.
It was JJ, Flair, Wyndham, Arn, and Tully.
Yep.
But then AEW rolls around, and first off, we get Arn as Cody's coach with his Waffle House menu and his invisible gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Arn as his.
No, it kind of made sense.
It did. It made sense. Oh, Rick Martel, bring him back and get him to manage the male models in AEW.
I think Martel's done with the business. I don't think he'll do it. But no, so
didn't we talk to Tito about Martel?
I mentioned the last time he was at the expo that I was a Strikeforce fan, but I didn't talk to him much this year. I mean, I just wanted to ask him why they didn't have Tito and Martel at WrestleMania 6 1-on-1. If we ever have him on the podcast, we'll make that happen.
Well, Tito has our business card.
He does. And he's also in the Hall of Fame, so that should waive any fee that is required.
Right. You are hopeful, aren't you?
Getting off track here. So Arn's with Cody, and then Tully pops up as first as Sean Spears' manager. Then he starts managing FTR, which is a match made in heaven, if you ask me.
Shadow just about got the spit take.
Arn smiling in that pic like, I'm getting a massive payday from this little turd mark. I think that's a common opinion from a lot of the old timers.
See, and I liked this when Tully was managing them.
So did I. Then of course there was the Pinnacle. He was basically the manager of the Pinnacle. Yeah. It kind of fell apart though. I was a little bummed. I mean, there's a lot of things fell apart in AEW.
Yeah.
Then
they ruined what?
Everything. Here they are. I think this is the first main event last year.
Saturday night's main event. Yep, you can see it. It's up there on the. It's on the
Peacock.
No, but you can see it. You can see it says Saturday night main event.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see it right there in the concourse there.
Yes.
I like the. I may have to get that Four Horsemen vest that Arn's rocking. I'm a vest guy. I like wearing. I like the pockets.
Shadow plate, ours too. We love FTR. We hate the way they've been booked.
I have high hopes now that they're heels and they got Stokely.
Let's hope.
So we'll see. Then on a personal note here, I have to throw this up again from the expo.
Oh, of course you did.
Big
Yep. Yep, you guys did that one. I didn't do that
Barry
one.
Windham must have shrunk because he was 6'7" in his heyday, and now he's shorter than Barry.
Well, I mean, you get older, you do shrink.
Barry, how tall are you? If you're still there,
he might still be listening.
Yeah, I mean, Arn's taller than Barry in this picture.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but all five of the guys, well, four. There was no Flair, but they were all very gracious, very nice. Arn popped for my Mongo jersey because this was like the week that Mongo passed away.
Yep.
So I wanted to pay tribute. And yeah, Arn appreciated that. So I appreciated the appreciation. Wyndham looking like he shrunk in a boil wash. Not exactly sure what a boil wash is, but I think I can
It
put
says
two and
he's
two
6.
together.
It says Barry Windham is 6'5".
Okay. So Barry must be taller than that. All right. Well, anyway, so
He's close.
yeah. All right. So anyway, congratulations, the Brainbusters, the Horsemen, Tully and Arn, whatever you want to call them. I always it's just Tully and Arn for me. They were the Brainbusters for a year.
Yep.
When you say Tully and Arn, everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah. You don't have to go into explanation.
No, you do not. So yeah, they are extremely well deserving recipients of the Hall of Fame. Again,
Yeah, because I remember just looking at you going, they're not in it yet?
you thought they were in.
I did. I thought they were in.
No, Flair went in as a single. But we're putting them in piece by piece. So Wyndham's got to go in at some point. I may put the Andersons in, Gene and Ole. Brainbusters for life, he says.
Yep. But
yeah. Next week.
What do we got next week?
Next week we have Top 10 Tuesday.
Yep.
Subtopic undetermined at the moment. And that we are going to be joined by the NWA United States Tag Team Champions. Well, good Lord. Flair single again, never.
True.
Well played, sir. Well played. But no, the Country Gentlemen, the Kazana brothers, and their Papa Joe Kazana will be joining us next week. Talking about the Pocket Cup.
I'm so excited. They were so fun.
Yes. And then the week after that, Minderz, a pre-recorded episode of Jumping the Rail, and we encourage questions. We're going to put a post up on Facebook before we record if you have questions for our guest. And our guest, Minderz, is
Angel from the Baldies.
Yes. Charlotte will break her dad's divorce streak. She's close.
She's close.
I think Flair had 5?
I think so.
And Charlotte's on 3.
Yep.
But yeah, no, we have Angel from the Baldies in ECW going to be joining us on. Well, we're recording it on the 19th, whatever
18th.
The Sunday is.
That Sunday, yeah. It's 18th.
18th.
It's the 18th.
Yes. So we'll be doing that. So if you have questions, be original with your questions. Don't just ask about like New Jack or ECW. Like dig deep.
Yeah, we've got New Jack and ECW covered. We've got those questions.
Pretty much.
I've actually got a couple other ones because I'm still in the process of listening to his YouTube channel. So
yeah. What's the name of that YouTube channel for those who want to check it out, Minderz?
Oh, you would ask.
Is it Wrestling with Tragedy?
Yeah, Wrestling with Tragedy. And don't hold it against him that it's on the Vince Russo network. Right?
You know, if we can stay up late enough, we should try to do a live watch along with Shadow Play. But we won't make him stay up till midnight to do it. We'd have to.
No, we'd have to do like
in the morning.
We'd get a start at like noon.
Yeah.
And he would get a start at like 6.
Yeah.
But we have to figure out how we can like actually communicate with him because right now it's only on YouTube.
Yeah. Shadow Play, follow us on Facebook. And,
I don't know if he has Facebook.
Oh, or Instagram.
Oh yeah, we do have Instagram.
We have Instagram. Jumping JTR Podcast Network on Instagram.
All right, Shadow Play, do you have Facebook?
Oh, he says sign me up.
Yeah, that's fine. But do you have Facebook? Or Insta?
Yeah. Or hell, just email at this point.
Yeah. Let's put one. I'll follow on Instagram. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
So that means you're in charge of it because I don't have access.
You don't have our Instagram? Yeah. Remind me to actually check
Instagram.
Instagram.
He has Facebook as well. Add one of us then. Yeah, but. Yeah, I just called one of our listeners a butt.
He's watching on YouTube, but yeah, you can also watch this on the Facebook, on the JTR Podcast Network Facebook page.
Did you say the Facebook?
That's what it was in the movie. He called it the Facebook when it was created.
All right, let's get out of here. We're meandering. Let's get out of here.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Enjoy Backlash this weekend. Enjoy whatever wrestling you know consume.
What? And if you are able and you can't afford the tickets to Backlash, exactly. there are a ton of independent shows going on around here
Yes.
that are all at a very decent price. So make sure to check them all out. And we will talk about all of them tomorrow on the Independent Wrestling Shootout.
Hey, Minderz, don't we have a guest on the Independent Wrestling Shootout tomorrow?
I don't know. Do we? Do we have a guest? I believe it's the Powder Keg, Jimmy Carrot.
Yes, the All Vermilion Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, also in the War Games match. And I think we have concerns. OTT I have watched on YouTube, and I really enjoy it. Over the Top Wrestling.
Okay.
That's where like Prince Devitt and a lot of the UK guys. I think Gallus was there before.
Wait, you know what we didn't talk about? Didn't AJ like confront Finn and call him Prince?
He might have called him that, but I think he was confronting Dom.
Oh.
And then Dom basically told Finn to take care of it.
Okay, I thought I heard where AJ called Finn Prince.
He might have. Just
okay.
It's like how Claudio would call Corey Graves Sterling.
Right.
For all you Sterling James Keenan fans out there. All right. This Friday, 9:00 a.m. on Central Time. Shadow Play. I think that's I forget what time that would
1 o'clock?
Be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, give or take.
Give or take.
Spotify, Amazon, Audible. We will be dropping the next Extreme F&N Review podcast, ECW on TNN. We have great Irish talent. I have no doubt that there's a lot of great talent in Ireland.
Yeah.
I always told the wife we need to go to Ireland.
I want to go to Ireland. I actually, my like DNA comes from, part of mine is Irish, which explains a lot.
I know I have some English. I think there might be a little Irish in my bloodline also. But
I have Irish in my bloodline, and I have some German.
Are we going to go through our ancestry on the podcast, Minderz? We really are rambling now.
We are rambling.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Join us next Tuesday. Again, the Country Gentleman will be joining us. We'll be breaking down Backlash. And yes, definitely. We'll be up for a Guinness.
We'll have a pint.
Yes. All right. So until next time, for Minderz, this is Reb. Reminding you all, life is hard, work stiff. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.